What's good, world? It's your man DL Saint. Got something on my mind. I just wanted to run by y'all. I need a little help. I'm kind of, as always, going through my news feeds, going through YouTube, Facebook, the whole nine. And there seems to be an abundance of people in America, especially, that are really into their feelings at all costs, which has led to cancel culture and this appearance of being overly accepting and all that kind of stuff, to the point where, it doesn't even seem real. So where's all of this coming from? And I guess the question I want to ask is this: are we now dealing with the fallout from the timeout generation? A lot of you young people are out there, maybe you've never heard of the timeout generation, but I was born and I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Back then, you were held accountable even as a little kid. Back then, you were taught pretty much how the world works. And it was reinforced every single day. When you went to school, when you went to the playground, when you went outside to play, which is what we did back then. We didn't just sit in the house and go into the metaverse. You dealt with real life. And in real life, there are winners and losers. And there's something to be said for growing up in that era, I believe. When the timeout generation came along, we stopped holding children accountable for their actions, for their bad behavior, right? No one got punished. Not these kids. Oh, timeout. Sit down and think about what you did, little Jimmy, right? So in our generation, there was no such thing as timeout. And I've spoken about this on stage, and a slew of other comedians have touched on this topic, especially, comedians of color. It's not like a black only kind of thing, but most comedians who came up blue collar, other side of the tracks, had to, work their way up from the soil. They've all touched on this. So for me and my world, timeout meant timeout. Let me go get a belt or a switch or a shoe or something to discipline your little bad butt with. That's what timeout meant. And as soon as mom or dad found whatever it was they were looking for, okay, time back in. And they disciplined you for whatever it is you did. But this new thing, when the timeouts came about, oh, little Johnny, sit down and think about what you did. I never understood that. And then those kids grew up and had kids, and it went from timeout to everyone gets a trophy. That was another thing that we understood at a very young age. If you want to win, you got to work hard. And everybody wanted to be on the winning team, right? But everyone couldn't be on the winning team. Someone had to lose. And we were taught how to be gracious with our win, and we were taught not to be sore losers. We learned early on how to deal with that adversity. We learned how to deal with it. It was a part of life. You're not always going to get what you want, and you don't deserve to win if you don't put the work in. And even if you put the work in, if you don't execute and the other team does, you're going to lose. Simple as that. If you don't have a really hard practice the day before, you're going to lose. You have to work hard in all aspects to win, not just in sports, but in life. And we use sports to prepare us for life, right? So that everybody gets a trophy generation turns into my feelings matter. One thing I never was told as a child, that my feelings matter and people need to accept me for who I am and how I feel. I never heard that as a child. Never. That's not a thing. It was never a thing. We didn't care. As a matter of fact, if you were too soft, we let you know. Quit acting like a little punk. Right? If you went home crying to your mama, you were a cry baby. And cry babies got dealt with. Not by the other kids. They got dealt with by their parents. They didn't get coddled and picked up and hugged and protected and placed in a bubble. My parents didn't bulldoze all the problems out of my way. I was taught to deal with adversity at a young age. I'm not seeing that anymore. Right? I'm not seeing it. My daughter got upset with me yesterday because she came to the car and it's time to go home. And she wants to go into the CVS to spend money with her best friend. That's fine. Here's a couple dollars. Go in there and buy you something, no candy. So she came out with whatever, non-candy. Then she gets back out. She says, hey, I want to go to my friend's house. Her dad's here. He said it's fine. I said no. We have been working on this. I told my daughter, you have to learn to plan. The world does not operate on your schedule. If you want to do something and you're a child, there are a lot of people involved, and everyone that's involved needs to know of the plan and sign off on the plan. So no, I've been telling you this for a month now. You need to plan, and if you don't plan from now on, I'm going to say no. She didn't like that. She didn't like it. Papa had to put it down on her. And, she didn't cry because my daughter doesn't do that to me. She might do that with other people, but it doesn't work here, and she knows that. But she was unhappy. And I let her sit with her emotions for a little bit, and then I explained to her how life works. You must plan. People will not drop everything for you. That is not how it works, period. You have to plan, and we've been working on this, and we're going to continue to work on this. And guess what? She's formulating a plan right now. She has her marching orders, and she knows if she wants to spend time with her friend, that she has to plan, right? So I'm not going to tell her that your feelings matter. I don't care about your feelings. You my child. It's my job to teach you, not the other way around. I'm not going to tell her that everyone deserves a trophy, because you don't. Winners deserve a trophy. First, second, third place. We'll put that up on the wall. Anything beyond that? Nah. Gold, silver, bronze. That's it. And I don't believe in timeout. If my daughter messes up, she got to deal with me. And she understands that. I'm going to go deal with my dad. And I watched her in the past contemplate on whether she should break a rule or not. She'll sit there and think about it. Do I really want to deal with my dad over this? Nah, it ain't worth it. Let me go ahead and let that go. So, this is one of the longer videos. I'm sorry we're at 8 minutes. But I just wanted to get that out of my system. Let me know what y'all think. Am I a tyrant? Am I a bad guy? I mean, I know my feelings on it, but I am curious to hear what you have to say out there. I mean, I really do want to hear your opinion. That's all I got for now. It's your boy D.L. Saint. I'll talk to y'all later.